everybody, and welcome back to my channel for this Thursday morning, afternoon or evening across the world where you may be at. And today I want to talk about my volunteer work that I do in my local adult autism diagnostic service. And as part of that, tomorrow morning and tomorrow afternoon I've been asked to do some volunteer interviews for a ADHD nurse post. They want someone with lived experience who has either lived with autism or has a really deep interest with ADHD, which of course I do have a really deep interest in ADHD because of people I know in my family do actually have the condition, and I've learned to research it and educate myself on the behaviours, the traits, the symptoms, how to communicate with people who have ADHD or maybe suspected of having ADHD or may identify as being on the ADHD spectrum. And as someone who is on the autistic spectrum, diagnosed on the autistic spectrum, I think it's important to help out my colleagues and my friends to do these interviews. It helps to give me better communication, it helps to give me better ways of communicating to professionals as well as people who may be coming into this post for the first time or getting into the field of ADHD and autism for the first time, and to reassure them and to offer them some support and guidance from a lived experience point of view. And I think for me also it gives me better ways of learning about myself, learning how to communicate with other people, learning how to do an interview, learning how to take turns, learning how to ask the appropriate questions, using appropriate tone of voice, learning how to pace myself, learning how to cooperate with others who are going to be on the interview panel with me. And I think it's important for me to gain these life essential skills of how to co-produce in the future and co-collaborate with other professionals and other team members that work within my team that I work with within the NHS further team that I work with. And I think it's really great that we collaborate, we work together, we support each other, we offer each other advice. If we need help, we know where we can go for advice and for that support and that guidance and any further training that we may need. And that's why I love working with the team that I work with, because they are just a supportive bunch, they are a friendly bunch of people. I've been working with the same team now for nearly 10 years and I absolutely love it. I have been diagnosed with autism nearly 14 years, so I've learnt to adapt and equip myself with the coping strategies, communication skills that I've learnt over time. I've learnt to be part of a team that understands my neurodivergence, my autism, has learnt to understand me and my ways of communication, my anxiety issues. And I think doing these interviews over the years that I've done them now, it's become second nature and quite easy for me, because it's given me something that I've been passionate about. It gives me a chance to meet new people who are coming into my territory of field, my way of thinking, and it's going to be nice to see how I interact with these people and be able to offer my own personal lived experience of knowing people with ADHD or in some form of neurodivergence, and being able to ask them questions of how they can see themselves in the role and to help support them on anything they may have questions on. And I'm just really excited that I've been offered this opportunity to work with my colleagues, my team, the people that I work with voluntarily at the NSFT, which stands for the Norfolk and Suffolk Foundation Trust. And I've been proud to be volunteering with them for over 10 years now. I've learned some different strategies, I've learned different ways of communication. I've made a lot of colleagues along the way who I still associate with. Some have retired or left, but I'm still working with some people who are fantastic people, who are trained in their fields, who have been through the whole education of uni and other forms of education. I really respect them for what they do and how they help guide, support people, whether it's parents, individuals, carers, education people in the workplace. It's a really good way of teaching people about things that you may not understand or may have questions about, and that's okay. It's okay about working with people, it's okay about asking questions. We all need to learn to co-collaborate and listen and support where it's needed. And I think me doing these interviews, I've learned to communicate with a wide, diverse bunch of people, and it really gives me strength and knowledge knowing that I'm helping someone and making someone's day. And I'm able to also learn different ways of how to socially ask questions, how to socially interact with other people, And, I think it's just something that I've learned over time to be successful at. I've been able to successfully, appropriately function, and being offered this chance to show myself and understand others who are going through a period of learning about ADHD or neurodiversity or autism, or what the ADHD and autism spectrum is. I think it's interesting to offer my lived experience perspective, because they may not know things that I know, and I may not know things that they know. So it's good to all exchange information and be able to give that support where support is needed, and also for my colleagues to be able to support them, and then for them to support me. And but I'm really excited about it. And I just encourage anyone who is considering volunteering for their local autism or ADHD service to actually think about it and seriously progress it, because it's a really worthwhile thing that I've been able to do. I've been volunteering for them, like I say, 10 years, and I've had the best time. I've met some really good people, and I enjoy being on these interview panels. I enjoy being able to go to conferences with them. I enjoy being able to go to local workplaces, local councils, to other local mental health professionals. And it's just a really good way of interacting and getting your voice heard, and using your experience to help other people who may be struggling and may have questions or may not understand how to successfully communicate with their child or young person or adult. And even employers, it may be a way to successfully better interact with employers and other people who may work within the ADHD and autism space. And so I think hopefully this video has inspired you to think about some things and to challenge some questions. Let me know if you have any questions for me down in the comment section, and I will see you next time. Bye!